Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Football and joined by head coach Tony Annese. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
Wrapped up back-to-back home games this past weekend and obviously took on a Saginaw Valley State team that over the last couple of years has played you very well.
Yeah, I was happy the way the outcome was. I told the guys I didn't think that either team played exceptionally well the previous 2 years, even though they were close games and maybe entertaining for fans. But I thought both teams played well on Saturday. It was a hard-fought victory.
How important was it for your guys really to take it kind of that one game at a time and not look ahead against a very good Saginaw Valley State team that was going to give you some problems?
Yeah, we're good at that. Our guys are pretty well focused on the task at hand, and with a little bit of maybe a little letdown emotionally when we went ahead 14-0 early, and maybe the defense thought, hey, this might be like Northern Michigan again with a resounding victory. We gave up a couple things, but we really locked it down in the second half.
As we go to the highlights, you mentioned that 14 points in the first two offensive drives, and obviously a great start for your guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We started the game out, with stopping them and a 3-and-out, and then targeted Xavier right away on this play, and then got the ball back, and I think the very next play targeted him again. We've got some really good receivers, and we feel like we've got to utilize them.
Obviously, Malik Mitchell played well, 5 touchdown passes, named the GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week, and the third different quarterback that's won it for you guys this year.
Isn't that something? I mean, we've had 3 quarterbacks make GLIAC Player of the Week, which is unbelievable. So pretty cool, but that's a testament to how unselfish they are and how they're just committed to the process of us just trying to utilize all their skills effectively.
Obviously, you had it 14-0 and a chance maybe to go up 21-0, but they get a big defensitive stop.
Yeah, that hurt us for sure, and it gave them some momentum. And I thought their quarterback played really well. I thought their O-line played better than they have in a couple weeks, and so they, Coach Brady had a good scheme against us and did some nice things.
Maybe much more challenging is it going against a coach like Coach Brady that obviously knows you as well as anyone?
Yeah, I try not to watch signals. I caught one signal and I knew the play, and it was awkward. I don't like stealing signals, so but even some of his signals were the same. That's kind of how familiar we are.
Obviously, they cut it to 14-7, and they come back here, and they'll eventually tie it up here late in the first half.
Yeah, and then coming up, obviously, once they score, we score right before half, which was a critically important score.
Here, the Saginaw Valley State play on the touchdown as they get in the end zone, and your offense able to work kind of the 2-minute drill here in the final 2 minutes.
Yeah,
of the first half.
We had a penalty on the kick return, so I didn't know if I was gonna be aggressive or not. So once we moved the ball, we started being more aggressive, and that was just a great play by Malik hitting Tyrese. Both of them made great plays there.
How important was it, obviously, getting the ball in the second half and able to put up some more points here on this first drive?
I thought Carson played Jason Vanderlaan-esque at a high level. Physical runner, really crafty and making people miss. And the biggest thing is we came, when we got to continue to do this, just keep on getting good at pounding the rock. I think we're second in the nation in rushing offense, so that's really important. We want to keep on being good at that.
They're a big defensive play. The defense obviously in the second half gave up just a field goal.
Yeah, it was good to see the defense kind of take charge of the game in the second half. Our offense against the wind did a really nice job of scoring 10 points, and then here we hit X for his third touchdown, but we scored 10 points against the wind, and that was critically important.
Here you mentioned Xavier Wade, 3 touchdown catches. He had a big week last week. What's it like having him back out there offensively?
Well, it's great, obviously. I mean, he deserves it. He perfected his craft in the off season. He missed almost the entire season last year. He spent a lot of time with Coach T, lifting weights, trying to get faster, and you can see it on the field. And so he's earned it for sure.
Obviously, here in the fourth quarter of action, you'll be able to add another touchdown. Carson Golker, almost 150 yards rushing for you, get you down here inside the 10.
Yeah, pretty incredible numbers from our quarterbacks. When you think my league had his numbers, Carson had his numbers. Last week, all of their numbers, including Trinidad's great game. So you put all the numbers together for our quarterbacks, and if it was one person, I mean, they would be on track to be, like an unbelievable season. So.
Obviously 4-1 overall, and now the Anchorbone Classic this week. And I know a game that obviously a lot of expectations from the fans going into a big matchup like this for West Michigan.
Yeah, and it's just fun for us, right? You just take this game as just a great thing for West Michigan. The down part is the fans, truthfully. So I just warn people, keep it in proper context. It's an important game for both institutions. Sometimes fans can make it miserable, and then the players sometimes can get a little bit emotionally hijacked in the situation. And so it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be fun. Let's not take it out of context. Let's not be disrespectful. People say all the time, is it hard to go to Grand Valley? Well, one, I love going there, but two, the university administration has treated us well every single time we've went there. And so let's just make sure we realize that. Sportsmanship should be something we focus on.
Obviously, last year both meetings decided by a field goal or less, and they're going to be a high-quality opponent that you guys will have to be up.
It's going to be awesome, right? I mean, how often do you have these opportunities, and it just seems to be every year it's the same opportunity. Coach Wooster took over, or Coach Mitchell's done a great job, and so it's just fun. I can't wait. It's really exciting.
How exciting is it for the kids? Obviously on both sides, a lot of guys that played high school football together or know each other, played against each other in high school.
Yeah, they've obviously done great things down there. They've recruited well, and we've recruited well, and so our kids know each other, and I think they're pretty cordial with each other until game time. But I think that there's just a great deal of mutual respect by both teams and both coaching staffs, and hopefully the fan base has mutual respect as well.
Obviously a sold-out environment expected. How much will that experience playing in Montana a few weeks ago maybe help you guys going into this game?
Well, we've always liked going down there, so we have a really positive attitude going down there, one. And then two, obviously playing in a big venue in Montana in front of whatever 27,000 that they had, it prepares you, and so hopefully it helps us.
I know obviously back-to-back road games coming up with a trip to Michigan Tech the following week, and certainly you guys have been able to get up to the challenge playing on the road and competitive games here in the GLIAC.
Yeah, it's fun. Our guys have been really good on the road, and so without thinking about Michigan Tech, I don't know why you just stuck that in my head, but we got a big one against Grand Valley, and I think we'll play really well down there.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win, and we'll look forward to Saturday's game in Allendale.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.